begin. It's a real team effort. Now I got to search through 4 fucking claps, figure out where everything syncs up.
You are experienced with the claps.
Oh, yes, it's true. I do have some minor experience in that area.
God bless.
Giving and receiving.
So, great thing about getting the clap from a minor is nobody wants to talk about it at all.
Save it for the pod. All right, we're good.
Yeah,
We're good to go.
Well, we had already started.
Oh,
Should we introduce the show?
you know what I love? I love a cold open that's so cold that no one can open it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Preparing to Podcast with Chuck and Ted, where Chuck and Ted try and figure out how to podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to last week's guests, the fabulous and talented Casey Corbin and Corey Corbin? No. Brian Hatt. Yay. We love Brian Hatt.
Yes.
We have some updates from...
Which is to also imply not really fans of Casey Corbin.
No, I was
Right?
clapping for both.
No, it's okay. I don't mind Casey being upset. Maybe he'll comment on the podcast online. We're looking for clicks.
I don't think he's listened. I don't think he bothered tuning in, which is too bad because he would notice some major updates on the pod this week. I'm sure everyone can tell 4-track sound. What did we have last week? No tracks.
We had 4 tracks that went into 1 track, and then I didn't do anything with it. But this week we were recording the 4 tracks, and we will treat them individually so we can pump up or diminish at will.
Perfect. I prefer to diminish people verbally, but you can do whatever you want in the room. Also, tighter video shot. Hi, look at this. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Is that the one? And Chuck is further away from the camera because he thinks it makes him look smaller. Chuck has just discovered perspective. And probably the most important thing, meteor ribs for the post-show rib feast.
Yes.
This is the important stuff. This is the stuff people really want to know. Also, what do you want to know? What are we going to do this week? We're going to talk about how is the internet killing stand-up? Oh, no. Staying in Canada versus working in the U.S. We're ignoring the rest of the world. Those are your only 2 options. And best gigs, worst gigs, is there a difference? For some people, no. Their best gigs are their worst gigs, and they're just in denial. Oh, and also we did look up Canadian prostitution laws for our very popular "We Should Look That Up" segment.
Yes, it is very popular.
It's extremely popular.
Really catching on. The fact that we looked it up proves the theory that you can wonder about something and then just put it into your wonder by looking it up.
Words of wisdom from Chuck Byrne, everyone. Am I supposed to tell my worst gig right now?
Well, you told me this story. We should introduce our guests so that therefore you'd be telling the story to all of us.
Yeah, I feel that makes more sense.
I feel it does as well.
Later on.
The document that you're working off of really is, something I type up when I'm kind of stoned in the evening.
Yeah, and I look at it as soon as we start the podcast. So that may be an issue.
Yeah.
So that's our amazing intro. We're so good at intros, and it feels like
we got heat last week.
Did we?
Brian Hatt was not sufficiently you were not sufficiently grandiose in introducing Brian Hatt. And then I was scolded for going on and telling a story before I introduced Casey.
Who did we get heat from? Our guest?
From Brian. Brian was like expecting more. And I told him, if you send over a resume, maybe we could work on something special for you. But
yeah, if you had interesting credits, I would have nailed them.
Exactly. We should just let it be known that Brian Hatt doesn't have much of a resume.
Yeah.
Just doesn't have it.
I'm not even sure if he's a comedian.
It's how we got him to be our first guest.
He just wandered in off the street and said, "Hey, I'm a comedian."
I think he smelt the ribs.
Is that what I'm smelling?
Yeah.
You can smell what the Chuck is smoking.
That is a remarkably true statement in any context.
Bless.
Yeah.
Full bless. All right. Are you going to wrap up our intro? I'm only saying that because you wrote that in the notes.
Oh, that might have been a copy and paste from episode
It's a
1.
copy and paste.
It's probably a copy and paste, but why don't we just introduce our guests today? We've got a couple of wonderful guests.
Well, should we have a pause for a word from our sponsors?
We still are yet to have sponsors. Anyone, first off,
Baffled.
in the meatpacking industry, I'm sure you're doing shifty stuff, but we're happy to move product for you.
I've worked in meatpacking. There is shifty stuff going on.
All right.
That's not a euphemism either.
But let's just enjoy the moment of the euphemism there, right?
I mean, the place was called Better Beef, so the euphemism, it just keeps on giving.
There used to be a striptease establishment in London, Ontario named the Beef Baron.
Yeah. Don't talk to me like I don't know about these things, Chuck. They had a wonderful lunchtime buffet.
Audience,
that's right, people.
Audience. I don't. Why would I want to talk to you about going to a strip joint?
I don't know. Can we have a curtain next week just to separate us?
We would like a visual separator between the hosts. That's good.
I think we should still pretend that we have commercial breaks so that when we do get sponsors, we know how to
right
handle
back after this message. There you go. We'll find.
That was great. I appreciate it.
Last week, we could maybe play a Corey Hart instrumental in there for a minute and then come back to the show.
You scatted last week, so anything would be better than that. This is how we learn. We learn through feedback.
Oh, is that feedback? All right.
Honest feedback.
Honest feedback. That actually makes it more hurtful.
Yeah, it's supposed to. The truth hurts.
Oh, all right.
And stupidity is forever. All right, moving on. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Those are some great products and or services that you can enjoy to support this podcast. We have some guests in the studio today. Also very generous calling in a studio, but, let's not break the fourth wall of podcasting just yet.
If you're podcasting in an actual studio, are you podcasting? Or are you doing an unsigned independent radio show?
Those are the same things. But I think it's not officially a studio unless you have a neon sign, a pointless neon sign in the background.
Oh, that's the dream. That's the dream.
Less. I should have asked for bios from these guests so we don't get more angry feedback from our own guests.
I don't know. I mean, they've been comedians in Canada for, I'd safe bet, over 30 years.
35 for me.
35.
God, I don't even know.
I met you
90.
like moments after I started doing stand-up.
Oh God.
We met outside the Punchline like 6 minutes before it closed forever.
Right. Punchline in Vancouver.
In Vancouver, Gastown.
Yeah.
And it closed like a month after I started.
Oh God.
Coincidence?
And, I got into comedy right as the real cracks were starting to show to everybody. And everyone was like, this is it. It's over. It's never going to be worse than this. And just you wait and see.
Exactly. Oh, I got some advice for you.
Yeah. So
just don't. Shall we introduce our flip with actually?
It's just gonna do it.
Just voices.
Who are you? And I'm Shannon.
You.
That's what's going on.
All right.
The multi-hyphenate Saskatoon?
Yeah.
Is that where you're from?
Yes.
Saskatoon's own. It's Shannon Laverty.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, hey, Shannon.
Hey, Kristeen. How's
I
it
haven't
going?
been introduced yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Yes,
blame
stop
me.
it. You're ruining the surprise. And the person... Oh, look at
Oh,
this. Okay, that's a power move.
There we go.
That is a power move. Speaking of smoking. And to Shannon's right, another multi-hyphenate who I met, I think, my second week doing stand-up. It's Vegas's own. It's Kristeen VonHagen, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Yes.
Crowd goes nuts.
It's cold here.
Did you not just give her a better intro than me?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go
I
talk to
warmed
Brian.
up. I warmed up.
I'm gonna talk to Brian.
All right, if you can find him.
I can find him. I know where he lives.
It's not a hard guy to track down.
No.
No, just smoke some ribs and he will be there. Smoke them.
Yeah. Rib sauce. It's like Beetlejuice. But Brian.
That's just what I say when I'm testing the mic.
Rib sauce.
Rib sauce. Rib sauce. Say hello to our guest, Chuck.
Hi, lady.
Oh, hi, Chuck.
Oh, that is a tone that neither of these women have ever used on me in the multi decades that we've communicated. Although I am going to record that and use it as a ringtone.
Gross. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for skipping your usual riders and appearance fees.
Yes.
I'm not an actor now, so I can do whatever I want.
Perfect. This is hopefully not under actress rubric, because otherwise I will be getting my first ever phone call from ACTRA that's not related to please pay us your dues.
Yeah, that's all I ever get is the hey, your dues are overdue.
Yeah.
And then I pay the dues, and then that's it.
Yeah.
That was a riveting story.
Thanks. Yep.
It's well, I don't know. I've got some animosity towards the union that has built up over these many years, and I this isn't necessarily the forum to go into it, but a bunch of people that fight for you in so much as they're willing to not take your call.
I find that very helpful. The less information I have, the better. Should we just jump into it?
Let's jump into it.
All right, let's jump into it. All right, these are our topics today. Is the internet... What?
No, go ahead.
All right. I felt like you had something to interject.
No. I always have something to interject.
Oh.
Don't allow me to do that.
This is why this podcast will be 4 hours long.
Christine just checked her watch.
I mean, it's a great watch.
It is a new watch, and it's always bossing me around. So
I hate. It's very annoying. I have
Yeah.
to turn off the. Are you having a
Is it-
workout
are
right
you
now?
awake? Are you working out?
I'm just
Should
walking.
you stand? Like, just leave it.
It's a computer
Mom.
watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, a computer watch.
Computer watch.
I don't necessarily know what brand it is, right? So
Hey.
What?
yeah. But my first experience with one of those was at a poker game,
Oh,
and a guy made a large bet, and as he put his hand into the center of the table, his heart rate monitor on his watch lit up for the entire table to see,
and you're like,
and it was fold all the way around the table.
I mean, the ultimate tell, exactly.
I'm gonna play poker with you and rig my watch to do that.
Do you find your watch knows too much about you?
Yes, and it's new, so I'm still like, yeah, it's always just.
Oh, I turned off 90% of the stuff that it
can't
does.
figure out. I have a compass on it. Like, I don't even know where I am now. Like, it's just like I need to control the watch.
Just tell me the time.
Controlling me exactly.
It's always been the hardest.
How many
part.
steps? What time is it? That's it.
I always find that's the hardest part of technology is the if you spend the time training up your device or your algorithm or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to see on TikTok or Facebook or whatever. It'll learn what you like. It'll learn what your preferences are. But it means you also have to avoid all of the things that you don't want to be seeing.
Yes.
Which, like my Instagram is over 50 Tai Chi workouts for dad commercials.
Hot.
And then girls just walking up and down hallways in bikinis. Because those
Seems fairly on point, really.
because they know I'm lazy, so they're trying to sell me getting off my ass, and they know that I will spend 30 seconds of my life watching any woman, any color, any shape, any size, any strut, any pacing, just walking up and down a hallway in a bikini. Yeah, I'm your guy.
The location is sad, though. A hallway?
Anywhere.
You know what else is sad is the fact that you've mentioned this and my phone isn't within earshot of you saying that, and now I'm going to have naked women walking up and down.
No.
The
That's the worst
Yeah.
part. They're not naked.
Well, there's still going to be women walking up and down the hallway in front of on my phone, and that's not what I want, because I think my phone thinks that I'm a gay man because of all the hot.
My phone thinks I'm a 12-year-old girl.
Like all the hot men that I get popping up on my feed, and then once in a while we'll try to throw the lesbians in. I'm like, no, go back to the hot dudes. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Hot dude. That's what my algorithm is: workouts, hot dudes, a lot of ass jiggling hot dudes. That's what it is. Can we swear on this? Are we allowed to?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, thank
We are
God.
in
Okay. I
the
was
we
trying to
have
be all
we have
PG.
so far 2 policies. Our
Yeah,
first
let's review our
policy
policies.
Was 100% Canadian. Are you both Canadian, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Christine, I know you live in the States.
Well, I'm a dual.
You're dual.
Yeah.
All right. But Canadian by birth, we can accept.
Canadian by birth.
But you,
It's at the border.
but
It's fine.
I think it makes sense if you're working in the States to take the citizenship if you can get it, because that way they can't kick your ass out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also,
Still feels like they still can.
and then
Yeah, right now you can.
everything's up for grabs. But my husband just became a
But you're-
American citizen like a few
Yeah?
weeks ago.
Ooh,
Now
congrats.
he's a little Yankee Doodle. He got his passport.
And he looks much more ethnic than you.
I know he's
Yeah.
the one I'm worried about.
Yeah, like you're
Blonde hair, blue
you are
eye.
a white lady.
I'm a very white
yeah,
lady.
yeah. Like when I look at you, I think I should go get the manager.
Yeah. Immediately.
Immediately.
Nothing's even happened yet.
We're gonna lead with manager.
I'm gonna have to talk to someone right away.
There have been 12 good reasons for you to ask for the manager so far.
Already on this podcast today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like telling jokes to Americans?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I have a steady gig, so I still open up for Puppetry of the Penis,
Yay.
which is good and bad because it's just feral. It's like a Friday night in Barrie every show. So which sometimes is amazing, and sometimes it's just drunky, throwing up in the audience. Screaming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did they get mad that you don't have a penis? They're like, get this woman off the
Exactly.
stage.
They don't know why they're there. Often they don't know what they don't know if they're coming to see Magic Mike. Like it's like not a very sexual show. There are penises out, as there would be, but it's not sexual really. And then after 5 minutes of it, you're like, okay, I see what's happening
yeah.
here.
Penis
That's
origami.
more of an architecture lecture.
Yes, it's more, an origami exploring event. So yeah, when I walk out, they're like, we don't know what's happening. We don't know what you're doing. So it can be a little bit of that. So, I mean, I do the clubs in town and stuff. And it's sort of, it's just wild. Like so many people haven't been to a comedy club, which is
Yeah.
baffling.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go to a comedy club if I was not a comedian, though. So I find that very understandable.
Yeah.
Would you?
When I first started going to see comedy, I was scared to go because I thought the comics were going to talk to me. And then I finally went, and the comic came off the stage and came up to my table and Jay Wendell Walker, and started talking to me. And then I was scared, and then he realized it was with people he knew. So then he just moved on. And I'm like, that was terrifying, but I love this. And now I talk to people all the time. Like I'm always talking to people.
I think that the pendulum has swung on that, because it used to be, your front row was always, well, traditionally it's the last row to fill in at the club.
Yeah.
It used to be when you could smoke in the room. That's how far back I go. When you could smoke in the room, they were smart because the smoking section would always be the first 3 rows of the club. And so it would always fill up first. You'd always have a front row.
Commitment.
But also you were ground zero for people blowing smoke at you when you were on stage. Like if you weren't a smoker, you reeked of smoke if you worked at a comedy club.
Well, the best was the London club, the old London club, because they had a fan over top of it, and it would just keep the smoke down right at like face level.
Yeah, I remember that there was a few clubs where like you'd be standing on stage and you'd realize, because of the spotlight, like I'm standing in a dense floating cloud. Like the whole crowd was looking at you. It was like you were Godzilla taking over 1970s Los Angeles.
Or was it just original filters? Just like is surrounded by a nice smoke.
Just blurs the edges just enough to make me gorgeous. This was all well before my time. I'm a fetus.
You're the freshie.
Oh, you were no smoking when you started comedy? There was no.
There was no smoking. No.
When did you start?
Late 90s?
Really?
Oh.
They were that
Late
was
90s,
the
yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s that was when they went through in various provinces various techniques on how we're going to get rid of smoking, or how we're going to deal with smoking, or how we're going to allow people to smoke even though we're not supposed to allow people to like it was nuts. Like bars were building like sections inside where you could smoke, because it's not a problem in Florida. Florida, you tell everybody, go outside and smoke. No problem. California, go outside and smoke.
Yeah.
But Winnipeg, I mean, the whole place is basically designed as a terrarium in wintertime. You don't ever have to go outside. Where are you going to smoke?
Yeah.
Because they had to deal with it. BC, they just did it through workers' comp. They said you can't force anybody to work in a place where people smoke, and that was the end of it. You just couldn't smoke anywhere.
Yeah. The fishbowl.
The fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
Yeah.
At the Eaton House, they had a
Yeah,
fish.
I
They had a
remember that
fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
You would perform, and most people would be in the smoking section,
Yeah.
and you couldn't hear them. They could hear you, but you couldn't hear them. So you'd see them reacting to jokes and be like, "Oh, I destroyed
There's a
this weird little room."
you
Oh, I
still
missed
see
the Eaton
you
House.
still see a few rooms like that at airports.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Vegas
disgusting.
airport definitely
Yeah.
has like this weird,
And like the bottom foot and a half of space is like clear, and the rest of it looks like a smoke grenade went off.
Well, the walls are all glass and they're all yellow. It's like it's a little smoker's exhibit.
Live in your shame.
exactly.
Look at this is
where you
leathery
belong.
woman.
Yeah.
Families walking by, looking in. Don't be like them.
No chairs, no comfort. No, just you
they
a
let
place
kids
to put your dirty butts.
There must be
No.
kids in that room.
No.
You just can't see them.
You can. They're at the bottom half.
Just in a little
I
like
don't know-
baby.
You know
porn.
what? That's the kind of thing where like there would be kids in there if you were traveling in Asia, because people would bring their kids along. People wouldn't let their kids like.
I don't know.
Did you leave your kid like right outside the glass?
No.
You just leave them attached to the leash, close the door. They can't go
The
anywhere.
amount of children that were allowed to run free at Gerrard Square Mall, people didn't care about their kids. They're just like, off you go, screaming and yelling.
Yeah, but in an airport, it's different. You want to keep your kids close just because you don't.
Because somebody can
It's
take
not
them
that
on
you're
the plane.
worried about losing your kids. It's you're worried about missing your flight because you got to track your kid down.
Right.
Right. I'm not worried about the kid. I'm worried about the kid screwing up my day.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I
So
did
he can sit there while I smoke. Yeah, sure.
none of those.
I got them fresh lungs, good for coughing.
Good for donating later when you're going to need one.
Yeah, he needs a lobe.
just one little wee lobe.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, you're not using all of your lobes.
No.
It's like your brain. You use 10% of your lung
A
capacity.
marathon later, so just give me
No.
more of that load.
Unless someone's chasing me, I am not running.
No.
So, just to follow up on something that I'm curious about. So, do you play the clubs in Vegas to like, I need a regular audience a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'll just take a week off just to be like, I gotta just go, because it's also like, we're going to a comedy club. We're expecting comedians. Like,
Yeah.
that's a weird thing that's not really guaranteed. With
You're not
comedy.
having to explain. what
Right.
you're
Like,
doing
it's
to
like,
people.
what are you doing? Like, these are jokes.
So this must be. I mean, you're up here on tour now.
Yeah.
It must be kind of a nice little.
Oh, no, it's great. I did Burlington last weekend. I'm at the downtown Toronto this coming weekend. So it's, I love it.
Yeah, it's.
And it's also, I don't really get to hang out with other comics as much, especially like comics I've known forever. Like
Yeah.
Lori was on, this weekend. Like I know pretty much everybody on the show. So I'm like excited to like
Yeah.
hang out with comics and, oh, I got a tag for that or I'm into, you know what I mean? Just like chit chatting.
I find that the hardest part of moving on in comedy, like from when you start, you're doing nothing but hanging out with everybody.
Yeah.
And then as you get better at what you do and start working alone more
Yeah.
often, and you're working with people that started after you. So
Yeah.
you're not working necessarily with your peers anymore.
No.
So you get to see them at like festivals and funerals.
Well, that's what it is now. So that's why I'm like super excited. Like, yeah, because and then also, like, I do Brad Garrett's a lot, and they do have higher end comedians, but it's like they don't know who I am. I don't really know who they are. So it's like, the first day is like, ooh, what's
Sniffing butts,
Yeah,
trying to figure out who you are. Should I
Watch-
be impressed by you?
yeah, watching this person's set, like,
I do like that.
Yeah.
I like watching the known comedian watch the unknown comedians as to decide kind of
how I'm going to enter.
do I need to treat this as a serious person or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always a bit of that game where it's like, I don't know you. And I'm like, well, I don't know you. And it's like, so let's see.
Same, buddy. Same.
Leave it on the mic, sister. That's what I say.
Yeah, now in Vegas, to get back to that internet point that we were originally going to talk about.
Did not have a point.
No, I know.
That is
But
not how this.
the idea
podcast
was,
works.
like when we all started, what I was told was you need 20. You need 20 minutes, and then as soon as you have your 20, you need more than that in order to be a comedian.
Yeah.
And now I find I think people are being told, build your following.
Yeah.
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 You need 7 minutes that you can chop up into 20-second TikTok bits. And that's all you need.
Yeah.
And then you can do just for laughs and bomb, and it doesn't matter.
But I mean,
does
that's
not
the
matter.
reality of the situation now. Like, because they'll have a guy who like does like characters, and I'm like doing my like Polish mom, and like and it's not. But then he'll do like the club, and it'll be not good, but it'll be full of people who want to see this character.
Yeah.
So it's like almost two different skills at this point.
Yeah, I've been told multiple times, like, oh, you're old school. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, you tell jokes. I'm like setup and punchline? That's old school now?
That's called
Okay.
comedy. That's
That's-
what comedy is.
It's just
Like,
jokes.
Yeah.
Well, and I do blame the internet for one thing, because I think so many post like these like quick videos of like someone, fighting with a heckler, like it's a classic. But then people are like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And you're like, no,
Oh yeah.
not for me.
There are people that
Snip it.
I,
Want to be part of a viral clip.
yeah. The front row now is populated by people
Yep.
eager to answer your question,
Yeah.
which I've always found. I never had any interest in talking to the people in the front row. I'll talk to the people in the second row because they want to be close to the show, but they're not looking to better you. A lot of people in the front row are looking to get one out, like they got their line ready.
Oh yeah. Well, at this point, anyone who's super keen to sit in the front row, you're like, ugh, those are the people who
Suspicious.
should not be in the front row. Like,
You're going to the
"Please
back.
in the front row. Nah.
No.
Row 8.
No,
No
you're
one's
not.
interested in
Not even
your
allowed
shit.
in. Is that your watch?
Say, it's your watch. Whether you take,
Whether you want it or
you
not.
gotta take a pill. You gotta take a
It's
pill.
just telling you that you have a text.
Oh, God.
I do like that. It's like, oh, I don't want to reach for my
There, but
phone.
also,
Here's the problem
I
because
just
I don't have.
texted from my phone. Talk later. Ice cold.
Yeah. But here's the problem because I need reading glasses. I cannot read my watch most of the time. This is the problem with this technology. It's great, but it's not big enough for me to actually read.
Get a
I-
watch for blind people
Yeah.
to talk to you.
I don't want it.
I'm
Some
go-
of those messages should not be out there.
Or you
in the
can feel, you can get one
Get
that
a braille
has the,
watch?
yeah, just has the hands on it.
Yeah.
I have
That's
the,
what
I have
No
the same,
glass.
I have the same problem with my phone. As I can't read
Yes.
my-
Sometimes I can't read half
like,
the message.
I look at it. I looking at your iPad and I'm thinking that would be a good size phone for me.
That's the bare minimum.
That was
I want to hold my phone up so it covers my entire
Well, I mean,
face.
the whole thing. I can wire it to a pair of headphones or something if I need to talk to somebody. But I mean, or speakerphone it. I mean, I talk so rarely on my phone now.
No one talks on their phone. That's not what they're for.
I talk on my phone.
No, that's very old school.
I talk to her on my phone.
Yeah.
Old school.
No, I like it.
You don't
I'm trying to make a plan.
you don't
I'm like,
FaceTime?
No.
Good. I can't stand that. It's like, why do I have to look at your face when we're talking?
yeah.
There's certain people who always, and I'm like, no
No,
FaceTiming.
people call
But
me FaceTime. I'm like, stop it. I don't want to talk to you that
No.
way at all.
Face. I mean, why don't you just come over unannounced?
Yeah, exactly. Who's
Well,
knocking on
it's-
my door? Like,
Yeah.
it's bad enough people call me unannounced, and then I'm like, "Ugh, I don't know if I want to answer that. And it took me a long time to realize I don't have to answer the phone.
Do
You
you,
know what I
need people to book calls with you now?
Yeah.
Well, no,
I
but
know.
like,
I find that it's like
people
you
check
can't
ahead.
you
They'll
can't
be
just
like,
call.
I do.
hey, are you free?
Yeah. Let me know when you can do a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it used to be you would just call people. You would just pick up a phone and call people. Now it's like, I don't.
I found out from a 20-something that it's very poor form to just call someone out of the blue. They're like, you just call people?
Yeah.
And you expect them to answer? The arrogance, the audacity. You expect me to answer my phone when it rings. I'm like, oh,
Well, I always know
I'm an
around
asshole.
3 o'clock if my phone rings, it's her.
because it's noon, so
She's
it's
out
time
for
to
a
get up. Exactly.
I'm on a walk, and then she's giving me a shout. Yeah.
I'm out for a walk.
Yeah. And then
And
I'm
shovel-
like,
And that's also a smart plan because neither of you guys have kids.
yes.
So you're the I haven't heard from the other person for that person. So, your cats don't eat your face if you drop dead or something, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you've got a much better situation. I have kids and I'm pretty sure it would be months before my kids were worried enough to check on me.
even if they come and find your dead body, they're just going to step over it because it's too much to handle.
Ooh, daddy left his grinder on the table. That's all I got. We'll be right
Be
back.
right back after this.
Thank you very much, everyone.
That's a good cut point. There you go. Perfect. Nice dead air cut point. What else we got? Do we have anything else? I printed out some stuff, but it's all the way over there.
What do you want me to? Well, we didn't. Do you want to talk about any of this?
Is that the current doc?
Yeah, I believe so.
Like you loaded it up from online?
Yeah, there's your horn
Oh,
news.
that was it. Yeah. We should bring that up.
Horn news?
No,
It's our thing. Although we haven't figured out a thing that we need to look up yet.
this week we haven't figured it out.
No, we haven't
we'll
figured-
we'll figure it
Get
out.
there.
Yeah.
We'll eventually say something.
Accessible watches for Shannon Laverty. Do they exist?
You could
They
like
do exist. I mean, I can
it's
technically.
just one letter at a time scrolling across the screen.
Give me an A.
What am I being charged for?
Are you
Excessive use
trying
of
to
your
read
watch.
emails on your watch?
I sure am.
See if you can squint yourself up to
It's my
50-10 vision.
it's my tattoo removal. That's okay.
Oh, what tattoo are you getting removed?
That one.
Why?
Why? And the one on my
For those listening,
Shannon showed us
Shannon
a
has-
blob.
yeah,
It is a unicorn that
It
people are
was a
constantly
unicorn.
being saying that it's not a dragon. I'm like, it's not a dragon. It doesn't even look anything like a dragon. And then on my back is a tattoo of a dolphin with an Aztec sun. Think about what era that's from. 90s. And then that's a cover up of another dolphin that was angry looking that I didn't want anymore.
I had no idea you were really into dolphins.
I'm not.
The perverts of the sea.
No, they're creepy to me. Like, I don't want to swim. Like, people are always like, go swim with the dolphins. I'm
No.
like, I don't want a dolphin fucking me. That's
They're
the whole thing.
yeah, they're horny and weird.
Yeah.
They're like they're so smart. They're as smart as people, and they're as
Um,
creepy as people.
Like,
on
guys,
behalf of the horny and weird, how about you fucking lighten up?
Whatever,
just calling you
dolphin,
dolphin, yeah.
dolphin burn.
Dolphin bird.
It's much better than a lot of things people call it.
So you're not going to get like another unicorn to go over that
No, it's
unicorn.
It's going.
Does it have legs or is that its mane? It looks like it's got tiny little
It's mane.
like premature feet.
No, it's mane.
And is it farting or what is that on the back end of it?
Sparkle.
Oh, unicorn magic. Yeah, that's pretty gay.
Yeah. It's very cute.
Your phone might be right.
Your phone is 100% right.
I'm just
Wait a minute. Now that we're
Not-
putting this list together,
I know. It's not the best tattoo to have when you go into a swingers club either. That's not the best one.
Yeah, but if you're in a swingers club, a lot of them skew a little bit older. And a lot of those gentlemen have their glasses off. So it's just going to look like a blur.
But a unicorn is like.
Oh, it's specific.
Yeah.
It would be like having a pineapple.
no,
Yeah.
hang
Tattooed
on,
on
hang on.
wait a
It
minute.
is a unicorn.
Well, it's like being a third for a group, like a thruple.
Oh,
They're
okay.
unicorn, yeah. I think.
Like
it
a
is.
like a like a
That's-
bi a
Unless somebody
bi
lied to me.
yeah no a bisexual person to fill in the blanks.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's something they were explaining to you as they removed your top.
Yeah. My favorite is when the teenage kids used to be like, "Oh my god, it's so retro," and I go, "Yeah, I got it in the '80s."
Yeah, my skin is retro.
Yeah, exactly.
My entire body is
Fact that
retro.
The '80s is the retro now. I'm like, I mean, like the '50s was retro to me. When somebody says '50s, I think retro. I don't think '80s.
I had a problem when I was at work at the vet clinic because I'm very multi-talented, and I was singing along to every song on the radio, and then one of the 20-somethings was like, "You know all the words." I'm like, "Yeah, what station is this?" She's like, "Oldies." I'm like, oh, nice. 80s and 90s.
I know. Classic rock.
Classic.
Yeah, I do not enjoy those posts when they explain that like 1984 is as far away from today as like 1806 was from it. You know, so,
I don't like date math.
No,
Yeah.
I think the one that was most traumatic was they'd had a picture of the traveling Woolburys. Remember that end of the line video? And their ages in that, and they're like, he was 42, and you're like,
Eesh.
oh,
They seemed way older.
way older.
It was the cocoon of music videos.
no, Roy Orbison looked as old as he was there.
True.
I mean, yeah, but Bob Dylan was when you think of Bob Dylan today, you realize people were making fun about how rough Bob Dylan looked then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Keith Richards kind of thing.
But even if you think about like when the Stones went on their tour in like 1989, Steel Wheels, I'm a big Stones fan, and everyone was like, they're so old, they're gonna die. They were like 42 years old.
Well, they called it the steel wheelchair.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
that's right.
mocking people in their early 40s.
I know, and early 40s is nothing now.
Now it's like, I'm having a baby.
Yeah. Stop.
It seems like in the 80s, like we gave up on the idea of aging as something that happens. You know what I mean? Like
Aging
in the
gracefully.
70s,
Go on.
maybe that's what it is. That is the level of denial has increased.
Oh, yeah. for
Definitely.
sure.
Well, the 80s, they took all the polyester people were wearing in the 70s and they melted it down and started injecting it into their faces. That's all that happened.
That's why I can't get polyester clothes anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to the thrift store. Sorry. It's all in some lady's lips.
Yeah. Plus, it's all clothes from the 2000s because that's retro now. What?
What?
Yeah.
Hypercolor t shirts?
Yeah, yeah.
The shirt is changing color.
Sweating? Oh my god.
Ugh.
Talking to anyone in their 20s is just an exercise in old.
Yeah. That's how they feel.
Oh yeah.
Grown talking to me.
What's interesting is if for me it wasn't the same thing because I found that people that were like 20 years older than me when I was in my 20s, we still had shared experience through television.
Reruns.
Yeah.
We all the stuff that they had grown up watching, I was watching like right behind them.
Every
And
day
so
after.
and so there was a shared experience. And with the people that are coming in behind the fractured of the media or whatever you want to call it, like the internet, there's no common narrative to anything anymore. So like these people are completely foreign to me now.
Yeah.
Right.
Not everyone breathes the
There's-
same lead-filled air.
But there's no shared reference. There's no shared reference.
I was I'm a hairstylist, by the way, if anybody doesn't know as well. And I had a kid over and I was doing her hair and Britney Spears came on and her mom and I are singing to it and she goes, "Oh, I don't know who this is." And I went, "Sorry, what? How do you not know who Britney Spears is? Like of all the people, you're 12 or 13. What how old are you when you go into
Britney
grade nine?"
Spears has been hiding in a closet for the last 12
Yeah,
years.
she's just that crazy lady who shaves her head on TikTok.
I
Yeah.
know, it's so bizarre to me. I'm like, how do you not know her music? Like I don't
And a
know.
20-year-old not know who Alanis Morissette was. And I'm never surprised when a 20-year-old doesn't get a reference, but sometimes I'm surprised at the references they don't get. I'm like, Alanis Morissette?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one. A
Well,
Canadian
that's-
child?
Yeah.
A Canadian child.
For shame.
No clue.
I blame her parents.
I did. I slapped both of them.
Excellent.
Yeah, leave the radio on in the background. You know, just
Yeah.
turn it on in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, I was getting my eyes checked here in Canada, as you like to do. I did.
You load up
I
when you're
did.
up here.
Every once in a
Blood
while.
tests and yeah.
Well, no blood tests. I tried that when I first moved to the U.S. and then I got a letter like, "Hey, you don't live here anymore." And I was like, "Oh, right."
Rude.
And they were like, "Maybe send some money or just don't do it again." And I was like, "How about I just don't do it again?" It was a very Canadian reprimand. Like,
Yeah.
maybe just don't do that again. I'm like, okay, fair. And but I paid for my eye exam, but I still went because I've had the same eye exam woman for like 25 years.
That's what they like to be called. That's
And
what their degree is.
That is eye exam.
Eye exam lady. Yeah.
She gets paid well. She's doing
Call her
okay.
Mary, but everybody does that.
And yeah, Gowan came on the radio, and I was all, yes.
Strange animal.
Yep, of course. It's-
Perfect.
I follow
Did you call him Lawrence?
I did.
Gowan through the Maritimes on a tour. Like he was 2 weeks ahead of our comedy tour.
Right?
And not in every venue, but in a lot of the venues that we played, because they're the places that would put on a show, Gowan had been there 2 weeks ago. And so that's in every time I led with how was the Gowan show, and people loved it. Like he had
What's not to
he
love?
cranked
Exactly.
it out through the Maritimes.
Hey, we saw him 3 years ago at the
Yeah.
Comedy Hall of Fame, and he was great.
Yeah, he's still cranking.
I saw him when he was singing with Styx
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
at a conference.
Oh my god.
I was like, it was amazing.
That started good, approached great, and then descended quickly.
You don't understand who I've seen. I've seen Hootie and the Blowfish at conferences twice.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What are these conferences?
vet conferences, animal killing conferences.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They got money to burn. Those
They-
people.
Exactly.
Cosby
That's
was
the
there
big
one
money.
year. Sinbad was there one year.
Sinbad.
Sinbad put on an amazing show. I was prepared to hate it. I'd be like, oh, Sinbad, whenever. It's the early 2000s. He put on an incredible show.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is very like, these
You
are
know-
people who didn't like Brian Regan.
They're
They're like, this guy,
no. You don't get to be Sinbad. The fact that like we're talking about him in Canada, seemingly 30 years after his peak, right? Like the fact that he's still in the lexicon tells you like he got up early and worked hard every morning. Now the jokes might not. He's not George Carlin. He ain't Dave Chappelle, but
Bless.
he can put the middle of the bell curve in hysterics.
yeah, he did an incredible job with that audience. But Styx was better. But Hootie and the Blowfish, let's get back to that. They were perfect because they just did covers. They're like, we know you want to hear that one song, so we'll play that one
I
song,
go
and then
blind.
we're just
That's a
gonna
cover.
do covers, and that's all they did. And it was at like being at a wedding, and they're just like the wedding band. We're like, yeah, Hootie. It was one of my favorite
Oh
concerts
my God, I
Wow.
love this.
I
that
gotta
I've
start going
ever
vet
gone
clinics
to.
more often.
You gotta go. It's
I'm
amazing.
gonna start hanging out.
Yeah, free
Get my
dog
friend-
food.
I'll get my friend Jessica.
Free dog.
They bring in famous animals, so you can get your picture taken with them.
Does Caesar Milan ever show up?
Yeah, but we hate him.
Oh, don't
Yeah, he gets protests.
No. He's
We
retraining
zap
dogs that could easily have been put down.
Yeah. That's true. I met Eddie.
That's right.
I met Eddie from Frasier. His name is actually Moose.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I met the dog from Sweet Home Alabama.
Didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, but I still met the dog. If there's a famous dog, I'm going to get my picture taken with them. Yeah.
Of course.
And a Dalmatian who might have been in 101 Dalmatians or might have
I
just been
thought
a
that was all
Dalmatian.
CGI.
No.
No.
What about the
That's
silence
real
of the
dog.
lamb dog?
We did have a Silence of the Lambs dinner, but we didn't actually meet any of the
Dog in
lambs.
Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
Yeah.
The dog she lures
Precious.
in. Precious.
Precious.
Oh yeah, put the in the bucket. Put the dog in the bucket.
Yeah.
Man, I've just blocked that all out completely.
And I don't know
Because
what
it's a
it's reawakened in you, but
Every once in a while, Johnny Guardhouse will ask me to help him with a couch, and I just start shaking for no reason.
you go in the truck first.
You help me with this couch? Yeah.
I can't believe you forgot a woman in a pit with no clothes on.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
been so many.
I know.
There's been so many.
Guess I'm gonna have to dig a new pit. It's always easier than hauling the body out and explaining things to the
Hang
cop.
on, I got to narrow
Just
down the
dig a new
timeline.
pit.
What music was playing? Is it Britney Spears?
I can't remember the song. You just got to put it over.
There's our something to look up. What's the song? Playing?
What's the song that's
Buffalo
playing?
Bills playing?
When he's fuck me. When he's
Yeah.
being all sexy. Fuck me.
I'm sexy.
Sucks you. Ugh. I understand why you need to wear someone else's skin to feel sexy.
That movie was good. That's still.
Although that's one of the movies, if I happen to be flicking around and
I'm
it
gonna
just comes on, I'm like, all right, Silence of the Lamb, you're in.
Yeah.
Cable?
there's a-
You still have cable?
No.
Hotel and you're away and you're on the road. Do you not watch?
I don't turn the TV on in the hotel.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
First thing I do.
I do too. I leave it on when I go to
Put
the
on some
gig.
weird local news.
Because it's
Test
always
them.
like Dance Moms. I only ever watch Dance Moms in a hotel room. I'm like, you know what? Too much Dance
You
Moms.
have to leave it on and put your do not disturb sign so it sounds like somebody's in your room when you're away from your room.
I put the do not disturb sign on. You don't need to like have voices
Yes.
conversation.
No, it's
I
really
just put on
important.
porn.
No.
And they leave
Listen,
me
for
alone.
somebody who's had their room broken into when they're on the road.
Oh, so not housekeeping, just
No, somebody actually came into my room
Crime
while I
Boss.
was in the shower. Then they
hot.
left.
That's hot. Oh,
Then
no,
I-
not hot.
There's the insult.
I know.
You saw
Oh,
the
we're at
unicorn
it.
tattoo.
You're naked. Hello.
I've got a sexy tattoo.
I have 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah, so to me it's really important to do that. Yeah, that's a good road tip that they teach.
Yeah,
think,
I
at
always
Humber
do
Public.
that.
Huh.
I don't know if they teach
You
it.
just saved me $5,000.
But they broke in. They took all my credit cards, my everything.
Joke's on them.
I know. I had no.
See, that's-
I had no limits left on all 16 of them. That's when I went bankrupt.
But I also have the bag that I like. I've got my travel bag, but then like my I guess it'd be my carry-on little backpack. That's like I'd never leave my laptop in a hotel room anymore.
Yeah.
Like or anything like that. Just because it's my whole life. Like if I
If that
can't
goes, yeah.
yeah, I'd be more upset about, losing my laptop than I would losing a, baby toe.
Right. Yeah, baby.
Who needs
toes.
a? I
You don't really need it.
don't need a baby toe. My
Just-
baby toe
It
isn't
would
doing
be a
anything.
lot less hassle to deal with, right? I could just cauterize it and I'd move on with my day.
Yeah.
I'd just be upset. But losing my laptop, it's not just all the stuff, but the
memories, eh?
the cost, the memories, the investment of setting the, like your laptop is something that becomes over time, it kind of becomes your thing,
Yeah.
where everything is, where it might look like a disorganized pile of garbage to some people, but you know where all your files are. You know the stuff that is obvious to some, yet hidden to others. Like it's your laptop.
Oh, your file of porn
I
that
know.
you call.
Now we all want to take a little look at this laptop.
Open up
Why
the
would
taxes
why would you
file.
keep porn on your computer? There's no need to it's like
Yeah, you can just go
buying,
online and watch it.
it's like buying pornography doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, if it's personal pornography,
Go on.
Yes.
And we're back.
Are you gonna leak a sex tape? We're gonna talk about how leaking
I'm
your
just-
sex tape
I
could be a
just-
good
I-
career move.
Personal pornography, and begin.
Here's the
we'll be
show.
right back after this message.
You're talking about stuff that you've managed to track down over time and you don't want to have to necessarily bookmark a streaming page. So this is my jam type of thing.
Oh, I was thinking more pornography that you were personally in and featured.
More
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Never,
what I'm talking.
never.
That would
I
be
would
like
never.
that not on your laptop. That's insanity. You
Not
get like an
anywhere.
encrypted external drive and you put it in the back of your toilet in a Ziploc bag or something.
Jesus Christ.
I
I'm gonna go
never
use
want
a
to
mushroom
see.
right now, Chuck. That was way too specific.
A mirror is the closest I want to come to catching a glimpse of myself having sex. I have no interest in filming myself. And I don't think there's a lot of interest in anyone watching it. Maybe America's Funniest Home Videos. Is that still a thing? Is that still on?
It's always
the American.
It's
I
always
think it's still on.
America?
Oh, that's
What are you
something else to
watching?
Look at.
people laughing.
Oh, yeah,
at
we can
other
look that
people
up.
being hit in the testicles.
writing
or
those
something
down.
is
Yeah.
always fun.
That will never
Song,
die.
and then you should write
Chuck
that
just
down.
wrote down our policies. We also have a no sports policy, which I don't think we needed to invoke today.
Why?
Why no sports? Or why we don't have to
Excuse
invoke
me.
it?
No, these two are genuine sports.
I know. I was just going to
Same
cut them
people.
off anytime anything sporty was said.
Saskatchewan Roughriders just won the Grey Cup. Are you kidding me? Of course. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize the Grey Cup had happened.
Yes.
Oh
last week.
man, there was literally hundreds of people there.
Listen, there's 1 million people that live in Saskatchewan. So 1 million people watch that game for sure.
Oh, the CFL is awesome everywhere other than Vancouver and Toronto. And does Montreal still have a team?
Montreal was
They were in the
Grey
Grey
Cup,
Cup.
Oh, there you
and
go.
they lost. Yes.
There you go.
They just
The
came
Alouettes?
The Alouettes.
Oh, I'm
But-
so good. But
Look,
Ottawa's
you're all
no
sports.
I know. I can't
I've
help
been
it.
to CFL games
Very butch.
in almost every market.
Yes.
And going in Vancouver in BC Place, big, dome stadium, terrible. Calgary, awesome. Edmonton, awesome. I haven't been to a Rough Riders game in Saskatchewan.
It's just a
which
field.
which I imagine is probably the best one to go to.
That is probably I've never been to one there either. I've been to the Riders. I've only been to one CFL game, which was here in Toronto, and it was against Saskatchewan. And the Saskatchewan team, they showed up. All the fans showed up, the watermelon on the head, the whole thing. They were all there, and they were the loudest, and then they won. So,
I've
if
been
you
to
go...
multiple CFL games. I've been to more CFL games than you.
Whoa, easy now.
Ottawa, when they were the Rough Riders,
Right.
because that made a lot of sense to have 8 teams and
Yeah.
2 of them with the same name.
Stupid. So stupid.
Like, we like that name. We like that name. Okay, you can both have it.
First, and then
Who had it first?
I don't know. Look that up. That's another.
We should look that up.
Look up.
Look
Okay,
that
we need
up.
a pen because there's 3 things we now have.
I mean, we could write with these things, but
Yeah,
You don't want to go old
Schools
school, except-
electronically.
Oh my god, hang on.
I'm gonna have to listen to this while it takes 16 hours to upload anyway.
I know. Look it up. There's the who was named first? The song.
The song that was playing when Buffalo Bill was dancing.
and-
We have this is going to fill up a lot of time
What was
next
the
week.
third one.
We may not have discovered the third one, but we will.
We did have one.
Well, something to do with you. We were going to track down whether or not you've been in a porn, right?
That's the only research I do before guests. Shannon Laverty nudes. Shannon Laverty leaks sex tape.
Something that happened at NTD that you don't know about. Sure.
There's probably a lot of things there that go on that I don't want to know.
I know either. Yeah.
NTD.
Tang Dynasty. Which
New
was the
Tang
channel
Dynasty.
that
It's a Chinese language television station here in Toronto. That is we did a show for in English. We did 42 episodes of a half-hour comedy show on a Chinese language station because
So much
why?
better than the old Tang Dynasty.
That's how the media fund works. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to spend it to make it, and so they spent it on us. It was a lot of fun. We our only mandate, which is, I mean, everyone here has worked in Canadian television comedy, where you're in a constant state of, hey, don't say that. Hey, don't do that. Hey, I got to look that up to make sure that you can't say that. And like, it's just no one wants you to relax and enjoy yourself. They're terrified that your jokes are going to hurt somebody's feelings somewhere down the line.
That's the point of my jokes.
But exactly. But they're not interested in that part. But this was literally, we typed it on Tuesday. We shot
Monday
it.
we started talking about it.
Sunday we talked
Monday
about it,
we had our meeting. Tuesday we typed it up, and then Wednesday we had our
and we shot.
read, and then Thursday we shot. And then we were
No, we
off.
moved the shoot to Wednesdays. We were on
No, we were shooting on Fridays, weren't we originally?
Thursdays. Then we
Oh.
moved it to
Then
Wednesday.
we moved to Wednesday.
We're gonna get some NTD fans from this hot
but
goss.
but it was basically a 3-day cycle to make a show with no one ever questioning what you were. Like, we understand the parameters we had to follow. We couldn't swear, and
Shannon can't say motherfucker on the air,
well,
which cost the show $50,000.
they allege that it cost the show $50,000. I don't think it did. I think it was just a way of making sure that we didn't ask for more money.
Exactly. Somebody in California saw the show and was like, "She said motherfucker."
Nobody saw that shit.
Listen,
I know the win is
got one
somebody
thing
actually
off the
watching the
text.
show, so
Yeah, I was
that's the
excited.
win.
I
If
was
it's a
excited.
complaint, it doesn't matter. You had a viewer.
And I had a viewer from Texas.
Really?
Yeah, he reached out to me, sent me a fan mail asking if we were coming back, and said that the snakes on the plane was one of his favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Because I said motherfucker. All right.
And then you also got in trouble.
And then we got fined $50,000. And then the next week,
Well,
they
it
wouldn't
was-
let me do the joke that I wanted to do to follow up with it, which was originally I had written we had this segment called Over to You, which were just little short news stories. And the story was about people who were dying and in palliative care and things that they wish they would have done before they died. And I said, I can die happy knowing that I got to say motherfucker on the air. And then they were like, it's cut. We're not doing that. We can't. I'm like, can you not just bleep it?
Yeah,
Like,
what's wrong with bleeping?
They were supposed to bleep the one the week.
the
before.
original motherfucker was supposed to get bleeped, and it didn't get bleeped.
Well, that sounds like the bleepers problem. Someone should be fined.
Oh yeah, but
not you.
That was one of those things where not everyone who you would expect to read a script before you've decided that it was a finished product, because in the script you have things like bleep out word and directions like that. When those directions were in the script, people didn't necessarily follow them. Like, I had to
Make sure.
I had to go directly to the editor initially and say, this is what I need you to do for this. Like, I did a piece every week. And I said, this is what I need you to do. Like, I need you to go find a picture of whatever and put it over my shoulder, because if you don't, or if you do it 5 seconds too early or 5 seconds too late, you ruin everything that I've been working on all week.
Yeah.
And once I explained that to him, he did do pretty good. But if you didn't
You had to make it crystal
actively
clear.
explain that,
Yeah.
it would not happen.
Hmm.
Yeah. And like there was like that's how non-traditional. Like ordinarily, there'd be a whole chain of people making sure that things like that happen.
Yeah.
But when you add that chain, you also get people going, "Well, is that really something we want to do?" And right. So there was
watch the show before we sent it to New York.
no. It was not completely unlike this, where it was just the whole thing was just kind of cut from raw footage.
Right.
Exactly.
It was fun though.
It was a
fun
lot of
just
fun.
to be able to, especially post COVID, to just go to work every day and crank jokes. That was great.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
We'll be right back after.
We'll be right back after this, everyone. And we're back.
So we should go over the. We looked it up. Basically, what we were looking up last week is there was confusion as to what the prostitution laws are in Canada, whether or not we actually. And this makes sense because Vegas, they've got their own thing going on in Vegas.
Yes, but the major thing I'll throw out there is that prostitution actually isn't legal in Vegas. It's legal in Nevada, but not our county. So not in Clark County, no prostitutes. Well, I mean, there's many, many, many prostitutes. As I always say to my husband, if you're gambling and a woman's talking to you, she's a prostitute. And that is very true.
I
But
think with Luch, just if a
when you
woman's
talk-
talking to him,
Hang on a minute. When you're talking to them,
prostitute.
prostitute.
You got to make that money.
Although one time he was playing video poker and he had 4 to a royal and he had a wild. So it was a dirty royal. And this woman was like sitting beside him, sort of making weird small talk. And he's like, she was just a nice lady. It's like, that's a prostitute. But anyway. And then he's like, oh, I wonder if I should just take it as is. And he was playing dollars. And then she was like, no, you have to go for the royal. So smart prostitute. He does it. He hits the royal, $4,000, and then she's
what are
like,
you gonna spend it on?
and then she goes, now you got money to buy me a drink, and he goes, nah, my wife I won't even buy her a drink, and then he just cashed out.
Yeah,
And
just
then-
put your own dollar in the machine and a waitress will bring you a drink
I know.
at some point.
Well, but then we just called that the prostitute rules
Nice.
or hooker rules. So now it's like if you're 4 to a royal, hooker rules.
Hooker rules.
Go for it.
That's good. When I was in Vegas with my ex, he had never been to Vegas before, and every time he saw a woman, he'd be like, "Is that a prostitute?" And I go, "No, it's just a girl, just doing girl things." "Is that a prostitute?" I'm like, "No, it's not a girl." And then we went to Fremont, and this is during COVID-ish time. That's when we went down to the show, do the show down there, and it was very. There was a very drunk, cracked out kind of woman
Doesn't
that
sound like
walked up
Fremont.
to us.
Does not.
And
No.
lifted up
It's not
her
track.
skirt, and she's like, "You like my tits? You want to touch my tits?" And then we walk past, and I go, "That's a prostitute. That's your prostitute."
Did you like them?
No,
Yeah, that's why she was
That's
giving them
better.
away for
she was
free.
giving them to him, and he doesn't
Uh,
know what to do with them anyway.
You don't even have a weird blob unicorn tattoo on those.
Not at all. No.
Boring tits.
Boring
No.
tits.
That's
what are-
why she's using them as a loss leader.
Oh yeah, so Clark County actually no prostitute. You got to go like where the hills have eyes out to Nye County, and it's just like weird trailers. It's not. Good.
It's yeah.
Remember the bunny
Half-house and-
ranches?
Yeah, the bunny. It's like super frightening
Okay.
for everyone
Yeah,
involved.
but what happened in Canada is in I think it was 2012, 2013. Basically, what we did is in all of our history, it was always the laws were about punishing solicitation. So sex workers were the ones getting punished. Sex workers you weren't allowed to work on the street. You weren't allowed to work in a body house. You could get arrested for
My favorite
being
kind of
in a
house.
body house. And then what they started to do is they made all of the things around sex work illegal. So
Driving
profiting
slowly in your
from-
car.
profiting from it and all that. Well, the Supreme Court struck down a bunch of stuff in Canada that said sex workers have the right to work, and so they should be allowed to protect themselves. They should be allowed to promote their business, and so what they've done now is kind of adopted a model where it's not illegal to sell sex; it's illegal to buy it.
Oh,
So they've switched it around. It used to be the Johns, and the customers were all left alone. Oh, you go home there, and then
back
the
to your wife,
The
sir.
sex workers were punished, and now they've flipped it.
It's the Nordic model.
I like it. I like it a lot.
We have that written down. Yeah. Yeah. Buyers and third parties are criminalized. Sex
Yeah.
workers are immunized with limits. I have a question, though. Going back to 1869,
Yes.
The vagrancy laws were targeting common prostitutes and night walkers. What is the difference? Is it just a daytime
Yeah.
hooker versus a night
Daywalker?
a night walker?
During the day, you'd probably go to a body house, but at night, they'd be out on the
They'd be
street
on the
working
street.
working it.
Like a Jarvis and Gerard.
And they were
Here in
both
Toronto,
illegal,
just in
or
case.
one was better than the other?
I don't know. I'm
I-
just,
you know,
I'm just
like it's-
asking Chuck about these notes that I'm looking at
it's
for the
always,
first time.
It's always been a matter of it's a local issue, right? Either there's a problem in your city
Local
or there
whores
isn't.
get local work.
Well, but as a result, nobody wants to get rid of it all, right? Like some people will scream and rant and rave, but people gonna fuck. Like it's gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to get rid of it.
And ugly people have to pay a
And so,
fuck.
I mean, I remember in Vancouver for years, in the West End of Vancouver, it was a huge problem because people were turning tricks in alleyways all over the West End in Vancouver, right? Which is a huge high density residential area
Witch alleys?
where people lived with their kids, and it was the place you could live downtown. But it became at night a fucking pit of people fucking in alleyways because that's where and so the city just said, hey, look, we won't arrest you and we'll leave you alone if you're east of Seymour Street. If you just get out of the residential area and move into what was then kind of Yaletown, more of an industrial business area, and just get out of the residential area and we'll let you do what you want to do. And they never really legalized it. They just stopped enforcing in that area. And so that's what I think they've always kind of done is they've kind of push it into a part of town where it's acceptable. Same with drug use. Same with poor people walking around on the street. They just push it into an area,
right
and
in
then
front
and then that area becomes the place in town you don't go anymore.
I would rather have people fucking on my trash cans than raccoons going through them, though.
Oh, and raccoons fucking are really loud.
I reserve the right to throw rocks.
Oh, so loud.
I
Screaming.
my whole life
Faking
Vancouver,
it.
I
She was
grew up-
faking it.
There's a lot of raccoons in Vancouver where I grew up. I'm assuming you don't see them as much as you see them in Toronto. Like Toronto, they seem to really be part of the city.
Yeah.
But I had never heard raccoons scream the way they scream here. Like when they're fighting and arguing with each other.
They're not fighting.
It's the most
Not
well. Some of them are.
not fighting over food. There's ample garbage for them to eat.
Whatever they're doing, it's a horrifying sound.
It is.
Which I had never heard. Like I don't know what you're doing to your raccoons in this town. And something is making them upset because Vancouver, I'd never heard that sound before. I think you guys need more evergreen trees or something to calm the raccoons down because they scream fucking each other. That's what they're doing.
Fucking is
Well,
right.
apparently, city raccoons are looking more like pets. They're doing
Well, people
what like
are-
domestic dogs did,
Yeah.
where they're just getting cuter so that we're okay with them being around.
They're getting fatter.
Yeah,
and so
they
people
are.
think they're less deadly because it's, oh, look at this big pile of cute fur.
Yeah, someone brought a raccoon into the clinic one day. I was so mad at the staff for just in like a cat carrier. They're like, "Oh, this raccoon was acting weird." I'm like, "Oh, in the middle of the day, and you picked it up, and you thought that was a good idea, and you brought it in here." And they're like, "Yeah, what are you going to do?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm not allowed to touch it. We have to call animal control." It kept having seizures.
Oh, God.
They're like, you're still going to do nothing?" I'm like, "Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit here and watch this raccoon have seizures in this cat
So
carrier."
am I not going to be able to get my bag of meth out of its stomach?
You are not. Sorry. I also don't know what a body house is, but I know it.
It's
BAWD.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what?
It's
like
a
when you-
house of ill
Of ill repute.
Yeah.
Because
we
when they
call
did the
that
bath.
now a rub and tug.
Ah.
That would be the nomenclature. I mean, I think that's what they've done in most places now is it's all massage parlors. There isn't, I mean, Canada isn't necessarily a hotbed of street prostitution 6 months of the year anyway, just because it's too fucking cold outside.
I don't know. The girls who used to work at Jarvis and Gerard, they were out there in their
Yeah,
small
but
May.
As long as you got your
Those-
legs out.
That was for the tourists.
True.
That local, you can source better than overpriced crack
Nothing
addicts.
worse than cold pussy. Am I right, Chuck? Am I right?
Yes, there is one thing worse than cold pussy.
What's that?
No pussy at all.
Hmm. Sad.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back, everyone. You know what I love
all
about
excellent
this
cut
podcast?
points.
We just ignore 90% of the stuff that we have written down, and it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
you know what we need to get to, and this is where we should end the episode. Is you America's Got Talent story?
Nightmare gigs and perfect gigs.
Yeah, just your what I would have assumed would have been a terrific opportunity. Right?
I just knew it was going to be a good story. Have you
Let's
done America's Got Talent? No,
So
don't.
let's start the story with you get the phone call.
I got several DMs one weekend because the Halifax Comedy Festival used one of my clips to promote it coming up on TV, and it went viral. It got like 1 million views, and then like 3 different people from America's Got Talent were like, "We need you on the show," and then emails and phone calls and interviews, and then like a year later, I get flown down and they pick me up at the airport. It's all very fun.
Now you've got to be in your head thinking, you got a good shot here.
I assumed I would make it through the first round. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll probably make it through the first round. They just want to vet on to
'Cause
tell.
they do this
cute
for
jokes.
a lot of reality shows that are entertainment based or showbiz based. They pre-screen, like they'll hire a bunch of professional people that do this for a living. They'll bring them in for an audition.
Oh, yeah.
And usually you're right, a lot of the people that get through that first round are people that are already doing this for a living.
And I realized that the producers had already pretty much decided before anyone performed who they wanted to go through. So there were some people that were just there for that episode. There were people that like, yeah, we're going to have you on the series.
Okay.
I
Because,
did hang out with
they bring people in for their backstory. They bring people
Oh,
in
yeah,
for-
Yeah. And I had to do interviews all day long with, you're pretending to have, candid conversation,
Right.
but you have to get mic'd. You have to sit there, and then like 3,000 producers are throwing stuff at you. The one girl who I was talking to, and I was amazing at these interviews because I know what the job is. Anytime a camera's on you, the sparkle. Say something interesting. Her backstory was that her parents were dead. That was it. That was all the backstory that she had. Well, my parents are dead. I'm like,
Was she at least like
Okay.
9 years old?
no, she was like in her 20s. I'm like, okay, this seems like a weird. And I also got paired up with the world's oldest pet psychic. She was a very famous British pet psychic.
Not Sylvia Brown. No, she's American.
I don't think she does pets.
And
This
she's
woman
been dead for many
exclusively.
Oh,
Still talk to her.
what I like is how
Exclusively did pets.
quickly you pulled that name out.
Thank you.
How many pet psychics could you name?
None.
Was it Sylvia Brown? She was British.
It wasn't Sylvia.
We'll look that up afterwards. Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about, but at one point I looked up, and she was very hard of hearing. So I was like, they were feeding stuff to me, and then I'd be like, you know that, and she's like, yeah. And at one point, all the producers were sobbing. I'm like, I don't know what we were talking about, but it was not worth this at all. The whole day you're in this holding room, and all these weird like people come down to just be blurs in the background of this holding room because they insist on having like blurry people in the background of every shot. And any person who you talk to, like, oh, are you on the show? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, what do you do? I'm a comedian. And without fail, oh, they don't like comedians. They don't like comedians on the show. They don't like, I was like, some of them have done pretty well. I was like, no, they don't like comedians. But when I auditioned, I realized very quickly as soon as it started that I had not actually watched this show. I'd only watched clips of it, like when they would show up on Facebook or something, like, look at this kid with no arms playing the piano with his face. It's so inspirational. And I really only did it because I wanted to look at Heidi Klum or Mel B in person. And then neither one of them were judges
Oh no.
that season. It was very upsetting. Gabrielle Union was on her only season, and then she didn't come back because she thought they were all assholes. And she was my favorite judge. We were very copacetic. But I started my set, and then I just heard this weird noise that I didn't understand what it was. And then they're like, oh yeah, if anything happens, like if they give you X's, just power through, just keep going, just act like it's all going really well. And then I realized I was like, oh, are they booing me? like they started booing right off the top. And I was so confused by what was going on. And I'm just in my head, like, what is going on? What is that noise? Like, do I address this? They're like, nope, they told you just power on through. And then the booing got louder because booing is fun. Like if someone's booing, it's fun to join in.
More contagious than laughter.
I did not realize it was this kind of gong show kind of thing. And then Simon had had enough and gave me an X, and it's very loud.
Wow.
When you get X'd. And the whole time I'm like, oh, am I the deluded weirdo that thinks he's hilarious? And they're putting him on just to make fun of him on TV. But I'm like, that's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Because I hung out
weird.
with a weirdo from The Line who like got in through the line, and he was my best buddy all day long. I don't know what his talent was, something about chanting. He was a white guy who was pretending to be like Indian and wearing a robe, and I was just yes-anded him all day long, and we had a really good time the whole day. I'm like, am I him? Is that who I am? I was smart enough that when I was standing there getting judged to not say anything, because I'm like, that wasn't a bad set. Like those jokes are fine.
Yeah.
This audience was just very tired. I was like the second last person of their 12-hour day, and they were done. And they decided to have some booing. And I'm pretty sure their producers just told them to do it because they had enough people for the day.
Wow.
And my favorite thing that Simon said, he's like, I don't mean to be rude, but that was torture. And I was like, oh. But there was enough of a pause after the I don't mean to be rude that I was so tempted to be like, go with your strength, Simon. Just do it. Just do it. But at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to end up on the episode because there was nothing TV worthy about this. Yeah. But if I start chirping back, it's like this would put me on the episode. But I don't want to be on the episode that way.
No.
I want to be on looking like an idiot. So I'm just like, hey, I do wish that they had caught me walking off stage as I'm like, rolling my eyes and looking up to the ceiling. The psychiatrist did not talk to me because they have a psychiatrist in the holding room just in case anyone feels like jumping off a bridge.
Yeah,
because it's a big deal to people.
In case when the producers contacted you, told you were great, flew you across the country and said, we really want you to put you on TV because we think you got a shot at winning this. And then they put you on a stage to get booed for 7 minutes.
Yeah. Only a minute and a half. Maybe a minute and a half. It's no time.
Mental health professionals standing by.
The Romanian acrobats were so mad.
Jerry Springer did that. People got murdered.
Yeah. And they would not let you leave. Like, I'm like, can I go outside for some fresh air? They're like, no, we might need you for something. And like, and I flew in the day before. They're like, yeah, come by the set and like, we'll have you do some stuff. So I had like a 6-hour day the day before and then a 12-hour day that day.
And they don't pay you anything?
They don't pay you anything. I got one sandwich. But like you don't have to pay for anything either. Like they
there's food.
They put you up. The food was terrible. But like they put you up, they pick you up at the airport, they drop you off, they pay for your luggage, all that stuff. So
But weren't you like originally supposed to do it and then they didn't bring you and then you were supposed to
No, they were all in.
Another comic that was like they're like, yeah, we're going to bring you this year. And then they were like, oh, we'll bring you next year. And then they're like, oh, we're going to bring you this year. And then they didn't again.
It's weird.
That was me at Just for Laughs.
Nope. No. Just for Laughs never told you they would have you.
No.
That's a
no,
lie.
they did for 7 years in a row.
Well, Deborah walked out on America's Got Talent. Deborah DiGiovanni.
Wow.
All that's like during the day, she's like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see the backstory that you're crafting for me. Yeah. And the backstory is fat, lonely, sad cat lady. And I want none of this. Yeah. So she's like, meh, I'm out of here.
Good for her.
I mean, it could be a big deal for you, but also it can be nothing.
It's like those shows truly are pure network television.
Yeah.
Because DJ Demers did it and did great. He had a great set, had a nice little viral moment.
John Wing did it.
Then he got knocked out by like a mime.
He did well.
Yeah.
Then when we saw it was down to Greg Morton and like
Greg Morton's a comic
some
that's
sort
built
of
for
like child with some sort of problem. We were like,
there was a Detroit children's choir that we were hanging out with.
Limpy McHairlip takes home the gold.
Exactly. I was like, oh, don't put him. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, I've entered a whole bunch of different like I don't know what like competitions, comedy competitions. And I always did great until it was up to like, okay, now the internet's going to decide, like people are going to vote. It's like I've talked to 12 people in the last 30 years. I am not going to get your internet vote.
Yeah.
Well, way back in the day, there was like a funniest person with a day job radio contest.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
that.
And I'm
They
like,
still
I'm
do
not
that.
going to enter that. And then Richard Ryder entered it and won his heat and like made it to the finals. I'm like, oh, I'll enter it. And I was looking at all the other submissions because they were all up online. I'm like, this chick's just doing it in her living room to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to crush this. I didn't even make the cut. I'm like, what? I want a trip to New York City. So yeah, 10 years, like if I'd done that 10 years earlier, AGT, I probably would have been upset about it, but I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great story.
Yeah,
This is going to be so much fun. Yeah, I was not hanging any of my dreams on America's Got Talent. There were all those little moments where like, oh, this could be something. Oh, this could help. Like this, get some paperwork, get that going. But I was like, no, this is fine.
Wow.
Madness, which is why when Canada's Got Talent slipped into my DMs, I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
It's one of those things, because in show business, it does happen where you work and you work and you work, nothing doing, and then
The
right
story.
the right person sees you. And that person's like, I like that person for my thing, and then that thing ends up taking off, and boom.
Yeah.
And then you're Steph Tolev.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But Steph has been, she's been cranking
She's
nonstop.
grinding it out. But
Yeah,
as soon as
nonstop.
Bill Burr was like, I like this one, I'm going to put her on a show. Like she completely blew up.
But
But she was prepared to blow up because she'd been grinding away for so long.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people will get that phone call and, I guess I should get ready for that.
Yeah.
Instead of already being in top form and already ready to go.
And you should be all stretched and changed and
Yeah.
in the starters
Ready to
blocks,
go.
ready to go.
Yeah, like there was a guy back in when years ago, Mike Giorgio, I think was his name.
Sounds made up.
And no, it does. And he had only been doing stand-up for 6 months and went to Just for Laughs, got a development deal, goes down to LA. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to act. And they, put him into some classes and gave him some money. And then they were like, you got to go home. You're a good looking guy, but you don't know what you're doing.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, 6 months I've been doing
Yeah,
stand-up.
we need more of that.
Yeah.
But
We need more gatekeepers in comedy.
That used to be the marketplace. Like they had to go out and find talent. And now you just scroll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got followers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
Sean
got views.
Majumder called me once and told me that he had a meeting in LA, and he goes, the meeting didn't go well because the guy, he was in some office at like Universal or something, and my Comedy Now videotape was behind him, like in a row of videotapes of comedians.
It's a videotape, Uncle Chuck.
But that would have been like it would have probably been a copy of like my Club 54 or something. Like it was like the first promo tape that I ever put out. I had no idea that someone in the US even had it. I had given it out to a few people in Canada, but this guy had my tape. And Sean's like, why would this guy have your tape? I'm like, I have no idea, man. He's like, because it's all I could think about during the entire meeting. Is
Ruined the
I
meeting.
could see my name, and it was just like, why does this guy have Chuck Burns' tape? Because I had been doing comedy like 12 minutes at that point. Like,
Was it VHS or was it Beta? Which one was it?
it was VHS.
Okay.
It was VHS. I couldn't afford Beta.
It was stone tablets.
I was not good enough for Beta. And we're back.
And we're back, everyone. Thank you.
We're back.
everyone.
We're supposed to do that.
I think we've probably got more than we need. I think. Is there anything that we haven't gotten to that we?
Hey,
Everything.
Christine.
We didn't get to anything.
Hey, Christine, what's the worst gig you've ever done?
Yeah, Christine. Why don't we have our guests share some of their fun stories?
Well, for me personally, I'm very allergic to things.
Mhm.
And I ended up doing a gig in a barn, which for some reason I didn't think would be a problem. And the thing I'm most allergic to is a type of hay called Timothy, but it's just basically hay. And so we were
Quality hay.
It's quality hay, the Timothy. And there were horses. And then I just had the most like extreme reaction while doing comedy. And then I was like, I'm going to die. And then that was it. I had to take a bunch of Benadryl.
But did you do well? Like, did you have a good set?
Because I was
The
swelling.
horses said
Literally
nay.
swelling, congested.
Not good.
Not good.
No.
So that's a classic. There was also a gig I did where there was a helicopter pad.
What?
This was my.
I was on top of a hospital.
No, and then every like 14 minutes the helicopter would come down, but then everyone had to do their set, and everyone would just stand there and be like, "Oh, helicopter," and then they'd get back into their set, and it was kind of entertaining, but it was also like, what are we doing with our lives? And that was early on. I should have known. Get out.
No helicopters, no horses.
Exactly. Why? What about you? What's your worst gig?
I have a couple. Probably the first one that I can remember, like my worst bomb ever, was in Saskatoon when I first started doing stand up, and it was for a bunch of farmers who jerked off cows. Well, bulls.
We call it collecting semen.
Thank you. Semen collectors of bulls, and
They
they brought me
down at the bathhouse. That's what you got.
That's me. I've collected semen from more than a few bulls.
Yep, bubble semen collector.
The electro ejaculator is your friend.
And then I went on stage and they thought I was disgusting. And I'm like, you guys are the ones that jerk off bulls. I guess I probably shouldn't have said that.
You're disgusting.
6 months into doing stand up. And then I had a panic attack and I was done.
Jerked off a bull and ran.
Yes. But that's not like the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me on stage. The weirdest. Can we talk about rape on here?
You got
Yes.
raped on stage?
That is not one. Not one of our policies.
Not one of your policies.
You don't even have to say
I had
great.
no idea you did comedy at Club 54.
Oh my God, I did do comedy at Club 54.
Me too.
Yes.
3 of us. Did you ever do Club 54?
I did.
The magical place.
No.
Oh,
You
it
didn't
was
need
my
a
comedy
tape?
debut.
No.
And they would go cuckoo every time you did anything that was like a swear word.
Yeah, that was their beep.
Oh God.
They would do that. But I was doing a show in Mississauga, and there's these guys in the front row. And look, there's a whole group of them that are all together. It's a whole family that's there. And there's these 2 guys in the front that got like, Hawaiian shirts on. And they're kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Like they probably lived in like Brantford or, like they were very.
That explains every.
For anybody else who doesn't know,
A semi-urban, semi-rural vibe.
yeah, like that kind of thing, like younger kind of guys, and they're talking, and I had said something to them. For some reason, I started talking about losing my virginity, and then I talked to them and I said, "When did you lose your virginity?" And the one guy goes, "Oh, well," of course the audience is laughing, and then the one guy goes, "Oh, well, my brother held the girl down, and then I had sex with her." And then I'm like,
That
"Sorry,
counts.
did you rape this girl?" And he's like, "I guess." And then I was like,
Oh no.
"Oh yeah." And then I was just like,
And he's genuinely like,
he's like,
Figuring it out.
this isn't therapy right now, right?
Huh.
We're not in a therapy session. We're in a comedy club.
everything you say can and will be used
Yes.
against you.
And then his friend was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that." And then then afterwards, like I kind of came back around, I cleaned it up, I got out of it. Everybody was happy, bring up the next comic. And the grandmother who was with the group in the back crying, and the mother's crying, and they're like, "Oh my God, did you just really do?" Yes. So yeah, that was creepy. That was my weirdest
that's
experience. Yeah.
That is genuinely weird.
That's a really weird one.
I had the fire alarm go off once.
Yeah. Windsor, right?
No, I've actually had numerous. Peterborough, I had the fire alarm go off.
That was me.
Niagara Falls, where they like told me it'll stop. Don't get off stage.
It'll stop as soon as the building
And
burns down.
And it stopped 15 minutes later. But it was one of those things where it wasn't a constant alarm. It was like beep 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 beep, and then you're good for 30 seconds.
Right.
Right? And then it would fire up. So it was almost perfectly interrupting my rhythm.
Right.
Like every time you'd get close to beep, beep, beep. And so it ended up being kind of like that was the show. Like the show was the fire alarm became the straight man who kept interrupting the
Right.
comedian.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it was. But it didn't stop until I said, like moments before I was gonna say goodnight, and then it stopped, and I was like, well, then what's the point without the fire alarm?
Yeah.
So but I've had the fire alarm go off in all sorts of different gigs.
I walked people who couldn't walk at my
Ooh.
first soft seat theater gig, opening for an illusionist at the Guelph River Run Center. And I'm pretty sure he just put me on the show because he was trying to get into my pants. But I was just like, oh, a 20-minute set.
That's a tough walkout.
I'm
when
pretty
somebody
sure I have
gives you a
20 minutes.
walker to leave.
It was, well, he had a like, I was very fresh and I'm like, I maybe have 20 minutes of jokes, but I'll have to do every single joke. And
Oh, yeah.
most of my jokes are either about feminine hygiene products and quite misogynist or about Jesus being gay. I've been doing this for 2 seconds. He's like, yeah, it's fine. But he's like, I'm going to do a matinee. I'm like, I'm not doing the matinee. He's like, no, I'll put a warning up for the evening show's the adult show and the matinee show's like the one you can bring the kids to. I'm like, okay. Then he canceled the matinee because tickets were not going well. And then he gave them all tickets to the evening show. And at one point during my set, I heard just an old woman, this is still my favorite heckle, yell, "Stop it! That's enough!" As I was doing all my gay Jesus jokes. But
It was an honest reaction.
I just kept hearing all this clanking and banging and like the door opening and closing as people were leaving, but like a lot of clanking and banging. And then it wasn't until I went out at the intermission because the illusionist wanted me to sell his headshots. I'm like, no one's gonna want to buy a headshot from me. I just bombed hugely. He gave away tickets to a long-term care facility. So there were all these dying people in beds and wheelchairs. And they're like, I may be dying, but I don't want to listen to this.
Oh,
Like, this is not how I want to
Amazing.
go. Still one of my best bombs ever. And the first time that my partner saw me do stand-up.
No.
Yeah. So he, I had 6 people that were laughing. There was Jeff, my friend Grant, a couple of lesbians, and then this straight couple, like 2 rows back. And they kept getting shushed and yelled at for laughing at this horrible man on stage. But then the illusionist was awful. Like he kept screwing up all of his, I know how the floating woman is done.
Bring
'cause
back the guy I hated. This
Oh.
guy's worse.
He had some like grade 12 dance troupe that was going around with him and he was like dancing with them, but then immediately got out of breath and was wearing a very pilled turtleneck sweater. I'm like, you couldn't buy a new turtleneck sweater. He used to work at the Blacks at the Stone Road Mall in Guelph. But the last time I looked him up, he was still working
David
there.
Copperfield got his start.
And then he got feedback cards, which was all his friends and family. And then he thought it would be a nice thing to send me all the feedback. They're like, this guy should quit. This guy sucks. This guy's awful.
No.
Oh my God. What?
Now I need to know who that illusionist is.
He made the CN Tower disappear. Don't you remember that big momentous
David Blaine.
event?
It was David Blaine.
I wish I could remember his name. We made the
David Copperfield?
the front page of
David
the Guelph
Merrick.
Mercury newspaper, the entertainment section.
Before or after the show?
Before.
Okay. All right, then that's
We would have made the front page of the front page after the show.
After is an accomplishment. If you can read
Huge
the paper
bond.
after your show, that's actually, yeah.
what's happening to Guelph? Question mark.
It's because I didn't do jokes about killing cats yet. They would have hated those even more. But
Oh, yeah.
yay, Jesus.
Euthanasia jokes is a law of declining receipts. You know,
It
get into your 80s and those jokes seem less and less funny with each passing moment.
Yeah. I realize there's a lot of my material I can only do for veterinarians because it's way too dark for anyone else. And vets are like, these are adorable jokes. How many kittens did you kill? Oh my God. Those are low numbers, rookie numbers.
Put a kitten's head in your mouth. What?
I do that all the time.
They're all whacked out on cat hallucinogens.
Oh, my Instagram little tiny profile picture that I have never changed is me with like a chihuahua's head in my mouth. Just like, oh. That's what I do. That's what I do. If I think it will fit in my mouth, it's going in my mouth.
That's
Kyle Brown ranks kitten every year. He posts the video of me meeting his cat for the first time, being like, "Oh, what?" He's like, "Oh," I didn't realize it was that kind of clinic. I'm like, "Yeah, you're getting the full Ted Morris experience today.
This is good. We're getting a lot of behind the curtain today.
A lot, and you're just looking at me like you can't fit my head in your mouth, and you're right.
depends on which head.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why are you bringing down the tone of this classy podcast?
That's what I do.
Yeah. Are we going to address
Quite
this?
sincere.
Are we going to address your?
Oh yes, yes. I am wearing a shirt that I made. Actually,
Yeah.
I made this shirt, and this is I don't. I kind of remember the context of what of you saying this, but this is well, you go ahead and read it.
Please stop sticking your dirty nicotine fingers in my vagina.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the please that really does it.
It was to do with a joke that I have about, I don't know, something.
Your vagina.
My vagina, and then we
Nicotine
talk about
fingers.
yeast infection for some reason, and I'm said the only reason we get it is because you keep sticking, so please stop sticking your dirty, like to all the men out there, please stop sticking your dirty fingers in my vagina.
Yeah.
Nicotine
But you well the
nicotine being the worst.
yeah but you have the joke, but the night that I saw you do the joke, you did one of those classic things is you took the joke and you made it a crowd work thing because
Right.
there was a couple in the front
That's
row.
right. Yeah.
And you pointed at the guy and went, "Hey, you, how about you?" like how about you
Yeah.
stop sticking you? And I think it was one of those things where it really it might have hit that couple like it was too much of a truth error.
That's where I keep getting all these bladder infections
Yeah.
and yeast infections from. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, it was a wonderful moment.
It was a wonderful moment.
I-
I wish I had been there.
Somebody made a t-shirt.
I
for
don't know if she ended their relationship, but she changed it.
And
Now
really,
he
that's what
washes his
comedy's
hands.
about.
Yeah,
Now he actually does.
yeah. All right.
All right. Yeast infection stories. Anyone want to?
No, we're
No,
going to wrap the
no.
episode. I think we're just going to wrap
All right.
the episode right there.
I think we're safe to wrap it up.
I think we are safe to wrap it up.
That was episode 2, everyone. I know. Stop it. Stop it. By episode 10, if we don't have some sponsors, it's going to be hell to pay. Thank you so much to our amazing guests, Shannon Laverty,
Thank you.
Kristeen VonHagen, and of course, as always, to my fellow hosts, because we don't believe in co-hosts here.
No.
Chuck Byrne.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Good seeing you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.